Hi, another Mrs. H psychology revision video. This is a quick recap of another approaches essay. This time another comparison essay for the approaches section, paper 2, and we're going to be looking at the cognitive versus the other approaches. So if we have a look at the comparison question, we're going to be suggesting that they give you something like discuss the cognitive approach, refer to at least one other approach, just like the others, 12 or 16 marks, and obviously it is a cognitive essay, so you're going to start off your AO1s by outlining the key assumptions of the cognitive approach. Okay, outline and explain them. These three, for example, internal mental processes, mediational processes coming between the stimulus and response, that it's scientific, computer analogy, information processing, and so on. So have a look at another video, another one of my videos if you need some help on that. Remember, this is just a recap. So once we've done the outline, we then need to go on to our discussion of the cognitive approach. And obviously that is evaluating it, but at this stage we're also comparing. Okay, so we're going to compare it with the other approaches. So let's have a look at that. We can also use these further strengths and weaknesses, but those are going to be used within our discussion, really, in our comparison. Okay, so here, differences. Cognitive versus SLT is a good one to use, a good comparison. Looking at these specific areas, objective, subjective, and methods, mediational processes, free will determinism, where does behavior come from, reinforcement, and its role, practical applications, and nature nurture. Okay, you don't need all of them, but it's useful if you can get down as many as you can. So you're making comparisons and at the same time kind of making evaluative comments as well. So remember, this is a quick recap, so pause the screen, have a look at those to prompt you, and make your little notes on that. Going on from cognitive and SLT, we'll compare cognitive with psychoanalytic. Again, mainly the same areas, some slightly different. So pause the video, have a look at what you need there, make notes. Going on, we're going to look at biological versus cognitive, and again, mainly the same areas. Okay, so biological against cognitive, quite a good comparison. Behaviors with cognitive is obviously one of the better comparison points. Key areas here, there's lots to talk about, so that one would be one of my suggestions if you have choice. And then we've got cognitive versus humanists. So again, just pause the screen, have a look at what you need, just check that you could run through some key assumptions, and then going back to the evaluation. The evaluative comments you should have made really as you're doing the comparison. So we've outlined our key assumptions, we've done our comparisons, and within that we've probably introduced these strengths and weaknesses. But obviously if you have time and you haven't, then make sure you do include some examples there too. So that's the penultimate video on approaches, and that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's our 5th one, and we've got one left, which is SLT, coming up.